Babe.
Yeah.
How many Valentine's days have we ever had together?
This would be like 7.
Yeah?
Yeah.
7?
7.
What are we going to do?
I don't know, man. It's up to you. It's up to you, whatever you want.
That is
And I don't want anybody thinking out there that I ain't romantic. Last year, in the middle of a fucking pandemic, you could tell them what I did for you last year in the middle of a pandemic.
I don't even remember.
So this is why I'm not doing anything for her anymore.
I hope you're not going to confuse it with the anniversary.
No, it was Valentine's Day. I put the table outside.
That was our anniversary.
You sure?
Yeah.
I did that twice.
You did a cute little table in the front yard.
In a pandemic.
It was our anniversary.
No, it wasn't, man.
It was.
It was Valentine's Day because it was early on. The pandemic hadn't started yet.
I have video of it.
Yeah, we should check. But
maybe you did it for my birthday, for Valentine's too.
Bottom line, I did it. So I don't want people to think that I'm not romantic. But
I
as
know
I
you're
said,
romantic.
my wife.
Who cares what people think? You have to care what I think.
No, I'm just saying when I say whatever you want to do, it doesn't really sound like I put a lot of thought into it.
Whenever I ask you a question and you answer with, babe, whatever you want to do, that translates into I can literally say anything. I could, like, the thing you hate the most, which is getting your feet sandy and wet, you're willing to do.
Yeah.
If you tell me, like, oh, I don't care, babe, you whatever you want, that means that we can go anywhere that I want.
Yeah.
Within reason.
Within reason.
Anywhere.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't pick out things I don't like to do. You know what I mean? To test it. That's very Persian of you. Ooh, really? Anywhere? Where does he hate? You know what I'm saying?
Of course I'm going to do that.
But that's like I said, that's a very Persian thing.
Of course I'm
I
going
would
to do
think,
that.
oh wow, he's open to doing something. Let's go do something that we would like.
He's open to doing anything. And I better be smart about my choices.
Yeah.
And I also if you're a smart girl, you're going to choose the thing that you hate most because you're the most open and willing. I should, like, when you're in I don't know, it depends. Then I have to pick something that I know you want to do too.
Stay back, fellas. She's all mine.
Yeah. Welcome, Dirties, to a new episode of Till the Dirt with Tommy and MJ.
Yes.
We're going to do a 2-part episode. This is part 1, and it's going to be a Q&A of all the things that you guys sent in to us because it's wedding season.
Yeah, and for all those watching on YouTube at home, if you see these decorations, that's because our son decorated the tree. He's still in the Christmas spirit, apparently. And thank you for anybody out there watching on YouTube. Anybody listening?
Well, it's Valentine's Day, and I'm looking in my closet for red outfits, and I didn't find anything that I liked, so I got something new.
I'm stunned.
We'll include it in my Amazon Live and my carousel. It's important to stay festive, lively. That to me is why it's important to lean into the holidays, like lean into the seasons. Embrace everything that's around you. You know what I mean?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about right now, actually.
I used to not be festive. I used to think it was dumb.
Okay.
I used to think it was corny.
Yeah.
And
cheesy, as your mother, as Velveeta would say.
Yeah.
Cheesy. She doesn't like cheesy shit.
But now I think, you know what? I have a husband who's very corny. And you love to be festive.
Nah, that's not true. It depends the reason to be festive.
Now that we have a kid, you like to make that excuse.
Yeah, no, it depends for the reason to be festive. Like, I'm not, I'm not real big on
the reason
Arbor Day and, you know what I mean? Like, it's
the reason why
Groundhog
half
Day
my
or
t-shirts
Valentine's
are...
Day or, opening day, big deal. Big deal, way before the kid. Big dedeal, absolutely.
Right.
Holiday, that's a fucking holiday. Should be a national holiday. Opening day, 100%. And it looks like we're not even going to play this year because of the fucking strike. The lockout. So don't even get me started.
Ooh.
Yeah, don't even get me
started.
I don't want to talk about that.
All right, so it's Valentine's Day. It's wedding season. And it's
apropos that we're doing a wedding episode on Valentine's Day.
And what we did was we took all your many questions.
Oh, well, first things first. Let me get this out of the way. We had way too many questions for everybody to be getting a T-shirt. The shipping costs alone would cost me an arm and a leg. We would go bankrupt.
Oh, God.
So
we're 2 stamps away from bankruptcy.
That's it, man. That's it. That's it. So we're going to have a new segment each week, and it's going to be Fan of the Week. And we'll send you a T-shirt. You don't have to do anything to be eligible. Just be a fan. Be on social. Comment, like, share. I'm talking about the Kristen Binns of the world, the Lindsay Spectors. I see you. Keep doing what you're doing, and you'll be a fan of the week. We'll shout you out on the show. We'll send you a T-shirt.
Okay, don't beat a dead horse so many times to death.
Okay, this week's fan of the week is Hannah Polland. Hannah's actually a sad story. She sent me, it was a great message. It was a long message. The whole top part of the message is great. And then she gets up to, I used to watch this. We used to listen to the podcast, my boyfriend and I, and he died in December in a car accident. So I'm sure she's had a tough go of it, but she's podcast is the only thing that's been lifting her spirits. So we just want to say thank you for listening.
She must be in a state of shock right now.
Yeah. I tried to give her a shirt. She wouldn't take it. I insisted, and I want to do something a little bit extra for her too. So we're just going to do a little moment of silence for her, for her boyfriend, and for his family and for everybody. So if you guys, I'm not, just send out some good thoughts if you could.
I would be really sad if
I died in a car wreck.
I mean,
I hope so. Sometimes I worry that you might cut my brakes.
He's laughing.
I don't really know. I don't really know.
No, but it's not funny.
But we're not trying to,
I guess
we're not trying to be rude, Hannah. It's just how we are. It's just how we are.
I guess that's how we get through life.
There's levity in every situation.
When my dad passed, I had to find a way to push through, right? Mm-hmm. And I had to marry you anyway.
Yeah.
And then God gave us our son.
Yes. Thanks for the update.
I wanted to send strength and love and light to Hannah and her family and her boyfriend's family.
Absolutely. And
I think we all have lost somebody to a car accident. It's like sudden death, like they're here this morning and then they're gone tomorrow.
I've had it, It is what it is, but we're still gonna get on the road.
All right, so the wedding season is here, and all of our mistakes, all of our good choices, are what we're gonna be Q&Aing with you guys today.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
All right. So the first question that we loved the most is probably the question we're gonna do now. Will you read them or me?
You read the first one.
All right. I gotta log in to my computer.
Okay, I didn't realize you had to go all like eight shit.
Are we topping from the?
I didn't realize you had to do all that. I'll start then.
May 023, May 23. What do you think about inviting exes to your wedding? Oh my God, no. Like Sham says. No, Daddy. No exes.
Okay.
No way.
All right.
Not even anyone that you fucked should be at your wedding, let alone an ex.
What if you're still friends? You don't think that's weird? Like if you were still in a friend group, if you take friends, for example, they all banged each other, right? So if someone was going to get invited to the wedding, you don't think it'd be weird to be like, I'm going to excommunicate him? I'm not saying you're still having sex. I'm saying that you still might be friends with your ex. You dated in high school after college.
All right.
You're still on the same friend group.
My mom and I were invited to the wedding of my first boyfriend, who you guys know we lost our virginity to each other. You
and your mother and him all together?
My mom and I were invited to his wedding.
Yeah, you didn't lose your virginity together.
No, okay. I lost my... Anyone who knows
Anybody who knows
this podcast well knows that I lost my...
I don't think I've ever heard you say that, but okay.
I said I fell in love. I told the story that I fell in love the right way.
Got it.
And I lost my virginity to someone who lost his virginity to me.
Okay.
So
you found his virginity and he found yours.
No, I went to what planet are we on, Nini? No, I'm saying
you got invited. You didn't go.
We did.
Oh, you did go.
Yeah.
So what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Our wedding, you and I didn't have any exes.
Yeah,
there.
No. All my exes live in Texas. That's why I hang my hat in Tennessee, bro. What?
You fucking live in LA and
Yeah.
you don't.
It's a song. You never heard the song?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
But
think you
it's
did.
not relevant to you. All my exes live in Texas.
Yeah. All right. So I think we beat that question to death.
No,
too.
no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no,
right.
no. Okay, wait. May, we didn't have any of our exes at our wedding, but
I don't think you should be going out of your way to invite exes to the wedding. Like if you're not still friends with
try
them,
to trim the fat.
then obviously I don't think they should come. You shouldn't reach out to someone that's not in your life. If you still are friendly with the person, or maybe they've moved on and they married someone you know. If they're
Wait
in
a
the
minute.
friend
What
group,
if I want to invite an ex and my spouse, my groom says, "What the fuck?" Like, are you gonna still invite?
No.
Like, no. So May, like, let's say like your husband to be wants to invite his ex, and you're not 100% in on that, then no.
no. It's
No.
your day. It's both
not
of
a
your day.
space. It's not a space
It's
for
both
you to
of your
have
day,
to.
and the other person can't say, "Well,
look at your ex.
my day is going to be ruined if such and such isn't there." Then go marry that person.
Or affected.
Yeah.
Because you are going to be uber emotional on your wedding day.
Yeah, and listen, I get if they want to ask, if they want to just to be sure, say, "Yo, can they come?" But if there's any resistance on either one of your part,
Then you have your answer. It's
that's
no.
it. That's a no.
Okay.
All right, next question. May actually had a couple of good questions. Was there something Tommy had to have for the wedding that you hated?
You know, you told me not to chime in on my ideas for an answer to this question, but like initially I didn't want sneakers. And then I was like, that's so dope. So like, what other things did you have?
I don't know. When I was reading the questions out, you said, "Ooh, that's a great question. Write that down." And then you started to answer it, and I said, "Zip it, save it for the pod." And that was your answer.
I can't remember my answers.
Again, this is what it's like being married to my wife, folks. It's an adventure. Sorry, May. We'll have to move on to the next one. This is from your Saint Croissant. How much should you spend on a wedding?
Well, I'm not an accountant, but I think that you're supposed to spend an amount that you consider piss away. Shouldn't be like half your savings. It shouldn't be as much of the down payment of a house. It's 7 hours of your life that you'll never get back unless you have good photos and good videographers.
Yeah, I'm the wrong one to ask. I mean, things were very advantageous for us through the show. If the show wasn't involved in our wedding, we might have got married in a fucking Chuck E. Cheese parking lot.
No.
We're just not that types.
No.
We did not care.
No.
Yeah. We did not care. We were ready to go to Vegas.
No.
We didn't care.
What we did with pride.
Absolutely. 100%. No one said there was no pride involved. I'm just saying if people didn't help us alleviate the cost.
It wasn't like, oh, it's either Taco Bell or the best of the best. That's not us.
That's how I looked at it.
Okay.
That's literally how I looked at it.
Here's what's up. Depending on what, like I always say, pretend the wedding was yesterday. Pretend the wedding was last month.
Do you always say it?
And then
I've never heard you say it once.
And then look at your bank account.
I always say.
You know what I think? I think that in this day and age, the age of like the multimedia world that we live in, I would try to collaborate with small companies that are local, that are trying to come up, and let them have an opportunity to get some clout and like exposure.
That's a brilliant idea.
On your social.
If you're someone who is active in their social and you have something of a following, I'm not saying you're verified or you might be, what do they call that? A
micro-influencer.
Micro-influencer. You're one of those. She's 1,000,000% right. Because in this day and age, they will cut you breaks. They will give you discounts.
Your word of mouth is the most powerful thing ever. I would rather see people try to approach small companies that will work with you rather than those companies that are like so established that they're like, listen, bitch,
you gotta wait in
you're
line.
gonna pay $40,000 just to open the door.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. But just make sure there's a kitchen attached to your venue.
This question comes from Eli Tubbs. Do you wish you eloped?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Our wedding was great. It was real easy to plan.
If you only
In
have
hindsight,
one wedding,
Hindsight, there was no drama.
If we had a smaller budget, when you're talking about the show helping with like getting better deals and everything, if we didn't have the show and we didn't have those deals, what I'm saying is, even if we had to cut our budget down, I would rather just say, okay, then what can we afford? Maybe we have to trim the amount of people. Maybe we can't, because it was a very high-end wedding.
I would have just got hitched. I would have just got married. If they weren't going to be involved, I would have just got married.
What do you mean just got married? That's a wedding?
Yeah.
Elope?
Well, no, yeah. Yes, I guess elope. I went to Vegas.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's what we had talked about at the time.
Well,
apparently
I lied.
Yeah, apparently you're lying through your teeth.
And
as she's prone to do.
What I think you should do is don't do a destination wedding. If you're trying to keep the budget low, don't try to do a destination wedding because those are very expensive.
Well, Vegas
and they cost way more money because everyone has to fly out of the country.
No one was coming. I'm not saying my Vegas wedding doesn't mean that now we're inviting everybody to Vegas. It means you and I get in a car, drive to Vegas, get hitched. That would have been my alternate plan, and that was yours too.
The reason why Vegas is like a cool place is because it's a party as soon as you get there. But some of my friends, like Jenny and Jonathan, they got married in Hawaii. They eloped to Hawaii. My cousin Sohail eloped to a beautiful destination.
You wanted to, if we were going to elope, you wanted to do Vegas. I wanted Vegas. You were saying Vegas or Miami.
I love Miami.
Yeah.
As far as eloping is concerned, if it has to be like, we're talking about budgets, right? You want to spend a certain amount of money.
I don't know if it's budget. She said nothing about budget. Sometimes it might just be family. Sometimes it's just you might want a small thing. Sometimes you just want to get married. Sometimes someone's knocked up and you just got to make it happen. So she's just saying, do you wish you eloped?
Well,
to us, not necessarily about them.
No, I think the thing with elope is like that's what your honeymoon is for, you know. So
we never got a honeymoon.
We deserve one. We really do.
We do.
But like your wedding is supposed to be like this big party, but I am a big proponent of small weddings where the smaller the wedding is, the more present you can be with the people that are there.
Yes.
So keep in mind, don't try to impress other people because all of those people that you're going to be spending the extra thousands of dollars to impress, they're not going to end up mattering the day after all the dust settles, after all like the flint from the confetti from the New Year's Eve. It's like you're always going to look back and be like, you know what? All those people that I was worried about, I didn't even see them. And it wasn't their day. It was our day. It wasn't their thousands of dollars. They could end up going to TJ Maxx or Ross and getting us some like paperweight as a gift. Whereas we were like sitting here stressing over tables and name lists and all of these expensive things for something that becomes this big fog. So when it comes to your overall vibes of your wedding, I just think it's best to keep everything. Remember, this is for the two of you to enjoy.
Was Asa at your wedding? And that question comes from God loves ugly _XOXO. Was Asa at your wedding?
Are you sure the person's name was God loves ugly?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
That's an interesting handle.
All right. They're probably an interesting person.
No.
No, all right. Moving on.
I'm gonna spill the tea.
Okay.
Because obviously that person wants to know. Even through all the ups and downs and you want to call it like disappointment, just to put a nice word, you know, there was still a big part of me that was open to Asa, and you always have to be like when you're mad at somebody, it's easy to hold on to your emotions, right, Tommy? Like if I were to harbor.
Yeah, but she had reached out to you after your dad died. You know, you guys weren't in a bad place. I think that as you continually beat the horse, you wanted a small wedding. You wanted something small. At the time, you weren't in contact. You didn't speak to each other. You weren't really friendly, but you were copacetic. But you just weren't looking to invite. There were people that we still see now that weren't invited to our wedding. You know what I mean? That we see
Yeah.
way more than Asa, and they weren't invited to our wedding. So
we don't see Asa.
Exactly. But I'm saying there was people that we see that weren't invited to our wedding.
Yeah.
So it wasn't, you weren't trying to slight her. She probably wouldn't have came. But it wasn't like you were like sitting there twirling your mustache like, fuck that bitch. She won't be at my wedding. You know what I mean? You weren't an evil cartoon villain. And it was being filmed, and the fact that Asa was there, it would have kind of upstaged this is your day. It was our day. It wasn't a day to see
It's
Asa.
not a day that you can invite someone that you're not on great terms with. It's not like a day where you invite somebody that you're not okay with. Like, you have to make sure everyone for us is someone that we're in a great place with.
But call a spade a spade. She was a cast member of the show, so it's not like an uncle you haven't really spoken to and you invited him. No one else there knows that. Asa being at your wedding would be a thing. It would be a thing at the wedding, and it would be the thing on a much bigger level because again it's televised, and now there's tea on that, and it's just too much. Why?
Okay, so I don't really know what you're saying. You know how you say to me, like, you're just saying words?
Yeah.
Okay, what you said was just a bunch of words that didn't mean a lot to me. Like, I don't understand it. And maybe instead of you explaining it to me, let me just say, I don't feel like you should answer for me something that big because she was a hell of a lot more to me than a cast member.
I'm not saying that she wasn't.
Okay. I'm just going to put a bow on this. I think that anyone that you invite to your wedding, you have to be in a really good, clean place with, which we were not. So that's why having her there, just whether you're right, she wouldn't have come. She shouldn't have been invited because you should only keep that as a very pure and sacred space, your wedding day. I just want to say that I'm really sensitive to like the show, the word the show, because my life is the show. And to me, those overlap all the way on top of each other. The tea is that if you have relationships with people that end on not like the best note, then just try to put yourself in a really good, positive place with that person. Like, make peace with it on your own.
All right. The next question is from Elena Irapitin. I hope I didn't butcher it.
Probably did.
Do you regret the
Sounds
way
like
you
you did.
announced your vows? I think she's talking to you.
Yeah, that was the biggest regret. Like, this girl is not listening to the podcast because if she was, she would know that was my biggest regret. Right, Nene? We said that?
Yes.
So, yeah, I obviously, you know what? I'm going to send her a DM and say, you can tune in to Till the Dirt with Tommy and MJ on everywhere podcasts are heard.
Don't write checks you can't cash because I'm still
Yeah,
getting
like, how
people.
could you DM us a question
I'm talking to you, not her. I'm talking to you, not her.
Okay.
Like, there's still DMs that I get that people are waiting for you to wear the Met dress that you said you were going to wear.
Okay.
And you never put on.
All right, well, I
so
will.
don't say you're going to DM someone.
Where's that dress?
Who knows?
Is it getting too cold in here?
No.
Okay.
We'll know when your headlights turn on. Yeah. Right now we're okay.
This is not that type of bra.
Namaste, babe.
Wait, so that was it? Yeah, I regret it.
You said
I
that
fucked him up, and one day I'm going to do a vow renewal.
No, she's not. No, she's like, again, she just talks, bro. You just talk. No, you're not.
Why?
How's this? No, she would do that. She would plan the vow renewal party, and we do all that, and she'd get the guests. And the one thing she wouldn't do is write her vows. She wouldn't get you, oh, I totally forgot.
So then we'll see.
Yeah, totally. To be continued. Namaste, babe. The bagpipes, bringing them in. Did Maris know you were honoring loves not present?
Well, Tommy didn't even
Did
know.
Maris know, so comma, and that you were honoring loves not present?
No, Tommy didn't know either.
No,
Johnny
I did not
McCabe
know.
did it.
That was and we didn't really discuss that last week. My best man had gotten bagpipes to come in. They played a few Irish tunes. They played Amazing Grace. And it was really cool, man.
My beautiful brother-in-laws, Johnny, Michael, Billy, they're so cute.
Yeah.
I love them so much. And if you're listening, you guys are the best. And you guys put together the most touching tribute to my dad. And it vibrated throughout the entire plan it.
Yeah, no, it was really, really, really nice. And I had no
incredible.
idea. No one knew.
Incredible.
Literally no one knew. He actually kept it real stealth. Only a few people on production knew, and they helped to keep it. Production's real good with shit like that, bro. If you want
Surprises.
If you want to have a secret, bro, like if you have a dead body that you're putting somewhere, tell somebody that's in production on a reality show, bro.
They're all about
keep that
secret
shit quiet,
keepers.
bro. They keep that shit buried deep down, dude.
It's true.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I would never be able to be in production.
No,
I can't keep
bro.
a secret.
You're blabbermouth.
Yeah.
Blabbermouth. All right. So the next question, Saba _Yektra 3. What happened to your dress?
Is this somebody that didn't listen to the podcast? Because
Well, no, you didn't say what happened to it. We know what. I think she means like, where is it? I don't know. I'm speaking for her, but I think she means like, where's the dress right now?
Well, the dress is stored, but like I think she means, why was your dress falling off of your torso, of your shoulders?
She's trolling you.
Why did it fall down? No.
Okay.
Not trolling.
Oh yeah. What happened to your dress, bitch? You broke his bitch.
Okay. So what happened was, it's like this gorgeous dress with all this like handwork done, these beautiful beads and pearls and all this stuff, except the only problem is that the shoulders weren't staying on. So that's what happened. I feel like it just wasn't finished because as I was sitting in it.
Oh, it definitely wasn't.
The person who asked this probably saw it falling off my shoulders.
Yeah.
So she's saying like, what happened?
Yeah, I think you're
Why
right.
did
It
that
wasn't
happen?
finished. Like I said, there were points that you stood there and it looked great, but the second you started getting moving around, it would start to not look, it didn't look right.
Maybe we just didn't take it enough for a test run, and who knows? There probably, what could have fixed it? Probably one very transparent string that they would have, like an invisible strap, probably would have fixed everything. Like how they do those clear bra straps.
Yes.
Probably something very simple could have fixed that.
Yes. What was this is from Jessam. What was the funniest thing that happened at your wedding? Your mother telling them to wrap it up when they were doing when we were doing
the look on my mom's face
during the ceremony. Oh, wrap it up.
My mother.
Ceremony. Yeah.
My mother.
Lady's looking shocked. Your mother wouldn't do that?
My mother was tortured. She was tortured.
Yeah.
She kept looking.
But you fell. You fell down.
I did.
When we were sitting down at the Sofre app, you fell. Mm-hmm. That was pretty great.
I tripped on my dress because it was too tight.
You turned into Andrew Dice Clay at the altar. That was pretty hilarious. Your friend Evelyn walking into the door was fucking priceless.
No, my mom kept looking around to be like, when is this going to end?
Yes.
She was so upset.
There was two ceremonies. There was a Persian.
So much cussing.
There was a Persian and there was English. So she just wanted it over. Yeah.
But
get to the maps.
Yeah, so my mom was experiencing living hell. Yes. Because she was like tragically she was like is there a safe a safe word for when
speaking today, huh?
I am. Yeah, it's like there must be a safe word to get me out of the situation. Yeah. There's cameras here. This is supposed to be my wife's, my daughter's wedding.
Yes.
She screwed up the vows.
She's cursing.
She's cussing. She's
total
falling.
Embarrassment.
Everything is horrible.
Total embarrassment.
It started bad from the beginning.
Is there a cord I could pull to end this?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
No, she was.
So she was just like in her worst hell.
Yes. And
it was the ceremony was her living nightmare.
Yeah, I made it all worthwhile, though. I got to tell you, that was hilarious.
Overall, it's a really, really big deal. Every single detail, the way that what I loved about our wedding and what I love about this Q&A is that you have to sit down with your partner and make decisions together. And I know I already said before that your marriage begins when you're planning your wedding, but just remember, compromise, make sure you agree on things. And the last thing I'll say today on the wedding do's and don'ts in the Q&A, when you're walking down the aisle, you're going to be looking out into the room and you're going to see people's faces while you're walking. And when you're doing your first dance, you're going to see people sitting in the audience Trust me, you don't want it to be some jealous, envious bitch. Trust me, you don't want it to be one of those people that you're like, why the fuck is that person here? So that is why you got to make sure that if I could only answer one question.
I think you have. I think this is the only fucking, like, you're still on it. All right.
Just make sure that you create this space and everything. Again,
we get it.
You can't get that money back.
Yeah.
Don't waste it. You can't uninvite those people. Yeah. Don't make dumb choices. Don't do the keeping up with the Joneses. And, you know, like, just have a good time and make it bougie.
Okay.
I feel like that's the first time I said that.
I don't okay. At all.
All right. I'm good now.
All right.
So when do we get to make our amazing announcement?
Well,
nothing makes me happier than what you're about to say.
Yeah, we got some big news.
Big news. Exciting. We're coming to New York.
Yeah,
we're going to Queens.
Yeah, we're going to New York, and we have a couple of shows.
You guys, we're going to be in New York.
We're going to be doing live recordings of the podcast. There's just two.
We're taking this show on the road.
Yeah, there's 2 exclusive shows. We're going to see how it goes. And tickets will be available today on the website.
We're going to
Till the Dirt.
We're going to
podcast.com.
So in the month of May, when the flowers have bloomed and we've celebrated Persian New Year and Easter and everything is going to start, we're going to kick off the summer in New York in the month of May. Are we announcing dates?
May 9th.
May 9th.
And May 11th.
And May 11th.
May 9th, the Bowery Bar in New York City. And May 11th is at Bridie's in Queens. You know, they're family spots, both of them, meaning that those places are literally like family to me.
So May 9th and May 11th, we're going to be in...
It's a Monday and a Wednesday.
It's a Monday night and a Wednesday night. Monday night at the Bowery Bar in Manhattan.
Yeah. That's my brother Sean's bar. So anybody, even if...
Shout out, Sean.
Yeah, even if...
It's a beautiful
forget just those nights.
bar.
It's a great bar. They're normally actually closed on a Monday, but, you know, check your... you know, it's a great bar.
The rest of the nights.
Yeah, the rest of the times.
Maybe like Thursday through Sunday, Wednesday through Sunday. We'll make an announcement.
Yeah, they're a good time.
And it's a beautiful venue.
And Bridie's is where we shot the show when we went back to Queens. That's
when we were dancing on the bar.
Yeah, you know, that's always one of the first stops I go to when I'm back in Queens.
It's a great bar.
Yeah, it's a real family bar. So we hope you guys come out.
Bar.
Hope to see you. There's a meet and greet available. There's a VIP where you actually, you know, get to do a shot or have a drink with us after the show.
And you guys, we just want you to know that we always, always, always appreciate you guys when you subscribe, like the feedback, the interaction. Like, this is becoming a family to us. And that's why coming out and seeing you guys face to face.
It's funny you said that. I read something this week. I don't remember who it was by, but he was speaking to that a podcast is a very intimate thing.
It's our family.
It's, you know,
it's like an extended family.
But if you really look, he was talking about a specific podcast, and that person had 100 episodes out, and each of those episodes were an hour long. And he was saying how, you know, that's 100 hours that you spent with that person.
Yeah.
And where they're in your head and in your ear, that's way more time that you ever spent with your favorite actor or actress. It's way more time that you ever spent with your favorite musician. It's you know, in a lot of cases, more time that you spent with your, you know, with people in your life, you know, and this is our, you know, 29th episode. Each episode's probably about 40 minutes long, give or take. It's definitely been a full day. 24 hours where you've just spent with us.
And so,
you know,
coming out and seeing you guys face to face, the Bowery is a gorgeous venue.
Yeah.
And the food is
good. We'd love
good.
to see you folks.
And the food is really good.
And I know there'll be enough of people, of my people there. Trust me,
and
it'll be a good time. It's going to be a good time.
And Sean McGuire is such a connoisseur, and he's so meticulous about details and the menu and the decor. I memean, and even how it smells.
It's going to be a good time.
I swear to God.
It's going to be a rowler crowd, too. So it's going to be fun. You know, if you have anybody that's a wet blanket, leave them home. Just bring out your fun friends for the night.
Well, actually, the wet blankets probably need it more than anybody.
No, I don't need them, and I don't want to. No, stay home.
Tommy's going to
heckle you.
have
wet blanket friends, keep them the fuck home. If you have fun friends, bring them out. We're going to have a good time. The little guy's not going to be there. He's going to be having a babysitter. We're going to have a good time. So I hope to see as many out there, as many of you, especially New York listeners, as possible.
Yeah, I'm excited. And
this comes on the heels of what, I'm not going to announce it now because the ink isn't dry yet. We haven't signed the contracts, but the hope is this is going to come in line with another very, very big news announcement that we, hopefully will have on next week's podcast.
Do you already know what it is?
Yeah, you already know what it is.
Oh, I don't have no clue.
Yes, you do. I told you earlier, and you were very proud that you might be able to say that you are now, you now have one of these companies.
Oh.
But we can't talk about it just yet. Again,
Cliffhanger.
Yeah. So all big things. And listen, a lot of the reason a lot of these, blessings are coming our way is because of you guys out there listening. And we really appreciate it. We've been offered a lot to do ads and have ads on our pod, and it's so far it hasn't been anything that we believe in. We don't want to be that. We don't want to cheapen or lessen the pod. We just want to keep putting out quality, and you guys keep telling us that it is. And so far, we're starting to see the fruits of our labor, and we really appreciate you folks.
Hell to the yes.
Yes.
Happy Valentine's Day, you guys. Hey, listen, you can always be sweet to people on Valentine's. It doesn't have to be your significant other. It could be your friends. It could be your mom.
Give a tickle to anybody.
It could be your postal carrier.
Kismet, babe. I was just thinking the mailman. You could give a little, just scratch his balls a little bit. You know what I mean?
Maybe I won't do that.
No?
I don't know where his balls have been.
You want to play a little hernia?
I don't think you'd be okay with that.
Turn your head and cough.
I'm just saying that if you lead with love, it's going to pay you right back.
Yeah, man.
And that it's so Galentines, Valentines, Familentines, Childrentines, Teachertines, be nice to everybody all the time.
All the time. She just says words sometimes, man.
Okay.
Thank you so much for watching on YouTube. Everybody out there, thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate you.
Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of Till the Dirt with Tommy and MJ. We're so happy you're coming on this journey with us. It would mean so much to us if you would rate our show, give us 5 stars, leave a nice comment, and subscribe so that you can stay up to date with all our new episodes. You could also follow us on all platforms at Till the Dirt with Tommy and MJ. See you next week.